So this time, can we talk about why many people struggle to learn another language and solutions for improving language skills? Yeah, okay, so let's see. Actually, I prepared 3 reasons. Yeah, so the first one is watching movies. So do you watch movies to improve your target language skills?
Quite a bit. Movies and TV series, definitely.
Yeah, I think, movies are good in terms of like keeping yourself motivated. So I think sometimes movies are good, but in my opinion, movies are too difficult. So I don't recommend like learners watch movies to improve their target language skills. So what do you think?
Yeah, like for beginners, I wouldn't recommend it either because it goes really quickly. And I think there's better ways to learn. If you're at the intermediate level, I think if you plan on watching movies or TV series, like don't worry about understanding every single word that you see. Just try to get like the main idea. And what I personally like to do is I like to have the subtitles. So if I'm learning Spanish, I'll have the Spanish subtitles, and for some words that I really don't know, I'll just write the word down and then I'll find a dictionary and see what it means. And then I'll turn the subtitles back off because you don't want to just be reading the subtitles the entire time, but it is good to like have it on just to write words down, to know the words, and then just to take them back off. But yeah, I'd recommend intermediate to advanced learners, maybe not so much for beginners.
I think maybe I almost have the same opinion. I feel like for intermediate learners, even them, I think movies are too difficult. So I would recommend like only advanced learners watch movies to improve their like target language skills, in my opinion. Because I think my English is pretty good now, but movies are very difficult. So, I can maintain a conversation like this right now, and I have no problem talking with people. But when it comes to movies, they are so difficult, and I always have a hard time understanding like what the characters say. So if I don't have subtitles, I think I would have a hard time depending on the movies. So even now, I have a hard time. So I can imagine that a lot of people whose English levels are lower than me, I think they would have a hard time. So I don't recommend people watch movies to improve their English skills.
Fair.
Yeah. And when I was in university, my TOEIC score was pretty good. Do you know what TOEIC is? TOEIC.
No.
Yeah, let me type out for you. TOEIC. I think this is short for, this is like an English test. This is very popular in Japan. Yeah, so, what I want to say is that my TOEIC score was pretty good at the time. So my score was 920 out of 990. So anyways, but it was pretty good. But even so, it took me over 20 pages of notes to watch one movie. So yeah, I took a lot of notes just watching a movie, and I didn't know whether I was watching a movie or, looking up words in the dictionary. So yeah, I don't recommend people watch movies if they really want to improve their like English skills. Yeah, sorry for talking all the time.
No, you keep going. I'm trying not to talk too much because I want you to get to all of your points.
Yeah, okay, that's just what I wanted to say. I feel like, some people believe that if they watch a lot of movies, their English will magically improve, but I don't think so.
Movies are challenging. What I recommend if you are going to watch a movie, watch an animated movie because kids' animated movies, they lower the level for English for sure. Like I watch Spanish movies, but only like animation kid stuff. Like I don't try to watch live action because I think live action is too hard, like you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. I feel the same way too. Movies for kids are better than like action movies because they are easier. Yeah, true. Okay, so can I move on to the next one? So the next one is like listening to music. I think this is the same thing is true for music as well. So I mentioned movies and, speaking of music, I think this is the same thing because listening to music, when you listen to music, you hear a lot of difficult words and, some singers use slangs. So anyway, they're difficult and singers sing really fast. So it's very difficult to like pick out some words. And I feel like singing is a bit different from our real conversation. So if they want to have fun using music, it's okay. But if they want to improve their like listening skills, using music. I don't recommend it. Yeah, what do you think?
Honestly, like music is the hardest one for me. Like it's funny because I had so many Spanish tutors tell me to listen to music to improve my Spanish. But like I find like that method doesn't really help me very much. Like you said, it goes really fast. And a lot of the words in songs sometimes they're not real words. They just make words or sounds just to try to like make it rhythmic. I wouldn't recommend using music as like your main source of learning. And honestly, I'm English. I'm a native English speaker. And some of the English songs, I don't even understand. Like I'll listen to it on the radio and I can't even understand what they're saying until the words are in front of me because they don't pronounce the words very well, some singers. So yeah, it's not the greatest method.
Yeah, I feel you. Because, I'm a native Japanese speaker, but I have a hard time catching what Japanese singers say.
Yeah, same. Yeah. They just don't enunciate their words and they really fast and they make stuff up. I don't understand. I have to read the lyrics to know what they're saying.
Yeah, well, same here.
Funny.
Yeah, they don't
It's so
enunciate
funny.
words. Yeah, same. So, yeah, okay. So this is, the second one. Okay, so let's move on to the last one. So the last one is like listening to your target language without thinking anything. I think many people listen to like podcast and like BBC News because they feel like they are studying as long as they listen to something all the time. I did the same thing when I was in university, but it didn't work out. I was listening to like something all the time and I felt like I studied really hard, but it wasn't effective. So I don't recommend people do the same thing. How about you?
So many teachers have told me to do that and I haven't done it either. When I study, I find it is better to like have like an idea, or you need to be fully focused when you're studying. Because I feel like when you're listening to podcasts or like BBC News, a lot of the times you're doing other things while you're listening and you still think you're studying, but you're like multitasking when you're doing it. And it's usually just doesn't really help unless you're fully focused. And even then, like podcasts would be like very advanced. Like you'd have to be a very advanced learner to like understand at least like full conversational podcast kind of thing. So I wouldn't really recommend that either.
Yeah, I have the same opinion. Of course, it depends on the podcast, what kind of content you listen to. But
Totally.
in most cases, they are difficult. But looks like we are running out of time. But thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you. We did it. We got through all three.
Yeah, thank you. So when I was in university, I majored in English and American literature. So, there were many people who could speak English fluently. So some of them were raised in foreign countries. So I talked with them in English as much as possible, and I made use of the opportunity, even if I made a lot of mistakes. 現在、英語コーチング、英語ティーチングの生徒さんを募集しています。英語力が伸び悩んでいる、TOEIC の点数が頭打ちしている、継続することが難しい、そのような方は無料カウンセリングへどうぞ。下の概要欄のリンクから申し込むことができます。ぜひ無料カウンセリングでお会いしましょう。